Hi, Phil.
Hey, Josh.
Nice hat.
Thanks, buddy. I like yours too. Does it glow in the dark?
It does.
I know.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Still waiting for mine.
Well, get used to waiting. You ready for the top 5 hockey card sales from last week?
Let's rock it out. Let's go.
Okay. This is a fun one. Another good show. So I'm excited to get into it. Starting off at number 5 is a pretty crazy card, Phil. So this 1968 Topps Gordie Howe PSA 10 sold for $15,250 US via Heritage. It's a PSA 10 Pop 1. I don't know if you know a lot about this set, but it is very notorious for having tons and tons of condition issues. The Bernie Perrant is the big rookie this year, and there's 0 PSA 10s of that card. So to have almost any card from this set in a PSA 10 grade is extremely rare. Overall, 17,731 1968 Topps hockey cards have been graded by PSA, and only 119 of those have ever received the PSA 10 grade. So that's on the set. That's an overall gem rate of 0.67%.
Not even 1%.
No. And if you're just looking at this Gordie Howe card, so far 618 copies have been graded by PSA, with this one, of course, being the lone PSA 10. And there's also only 11 PSA 9s. This is the first public sale of a PSA 10 copy. So as you can imagine, it's a record for any graded copy or any copy at all of a 1968 Gordie Howe. The previous high was a PSA 9 that sold for $2,606 in January of 2023. I really like this card. I think it is a very cool Gordie Howe card. And what turns most people off, I think, from any 1968 Topps hockey card is they're typically incredibly off-centered and can be distracting, but the centering on this one is maybe not perfect, but
looks pretty good. I mean, that's
yeah, I mean, as good as you're gonna get for a 68 Topps.
The vibrancy, the yellow, the blues, the red, Gordie's smile, the wings logo in the top left corner. What a card. This is a beautiful, beautiful card. And both parties win, right? The buyer's probably really happy, and geez, I wonder what the bidding battle would have been on this bad boy, with some of the old farts. I want the card.
Probably.
I want the card. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you may never see it go up for sale again. So very, very cool Gordie Howe rookie. And at number 4 is something else a little bit different too.
Okay.
We don't normally feature boxes or cases in our top 5 countdown, but this one was unique enough where I just had to include it. So check this out. At number 4 this week, this 1979 Topps hockey vending box.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Sold at Heritage for $18,910 US. I didn't know what this is either, so I had to look it up. So vending boxes were 500 count or 500 cards in the box that was distributed mainly to dealers and card shops, I think, to probably put out as singles or to use in other ways. So they were not like sold at retail. They're not packed. It's just 500 cards, and it's not also necessarily in a set. So
yeah, that's weird. What do you mean? It's not a little so they're not part of the set at all. They're just unique cards with the same style.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone was collated the same. Like, so you'd expect a box like this. Like, we grew up in the late 80s where you had probably the most famous example was the 1989 Upper Deck baseball set that you could buy the complete set. I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I got it. I have it.
Yeah, where they had the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. This is not it. So there were 264 cards in the 1979 Topps hockey set. There's 500 cards in the box. So you're pretty much guaranteed to have at least one Wayne Gretzky rookie, and most boxes will have 2, but it's unknown. And this was sealed, and then it's certified by BBCE. The other, I guess, maybe interesting part about this box that people might find is that it comes from the Larry Fritsch vault. And I had no idea who that was. No? Yeah, you know how like you see like from like the Patrick Waugh collection or something like that, when these cards go up for auction, a lot of times I think that that's a little bit hooey, but I looked up who Larry Fritsch is, and he was a big time card dealer, actually from Wisconsin.
They're dirty people.
He liked roadkill.
Not my quote. That's Josh Madigan's quote. Yeah.
I'm a gopher.
I think people from Wisconsin are perfect and beautiful.
Okay, at least somebody does here. And so apparently he's a huge like card dealer for many, many years, and he would order tons and tons of products going way, way back, like directly from card manufacturers, and ended up having one of the world's biggest stashes of sealed sports card products.
Better than mine?
Yeah.
Stash. Play on words.
Different stash, dude.
Different stash.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I honestly didn't know what a vending box was, and I guess almost $19,000 for one. Not too bad.
Well, I'm glad you looked that up, because I legit thought a vending box was a
would have gone like in a card vending machine.
Yeah,
where you
like
put a nickel in and you got a card.
Yeah, like my first dishwashing job, there was a cigarette vending machine in the back of the restaurant, and I just sometimes
you pulled the lever and then I remember those too.
Yeah, and sometimes you could get like they had 2 columns for like little stickers for kids, and that's nice. Right in the smoke machine there.
Camels sticker, G.I. Joe sticker.
So I can't believe I'm that old, actually, now that I'm thinking about that. All right,
let's move on to number 3.
Yeah, good call.
So in this week's countdown at number 3, we have another, I guess, unique-ish item that I'm going to need this maybe explained to me by you,
listen, before you go to the thing, I don't know if you should have picked number 4. It's not a card.
I just wanted to figure out what a vending box was. So I know
I
broke the rule.
And what's the name of our show? Top 5 sales cards of the week.
That's 5. Not. Oh. When you learn the name of the show, you can criticize what I pick. At number 3.
Okay.
All right. Is this 1979 O-Pee-Chee Wayne Gretzky? It's a PSA 6. It has an in-person auto, and with an auto grade 10 that's sold again by Heritage for a big number, almost 22,000 US, 21,960 US. And so when I see something like this, the first thing that comes to my mind is, well, what does a regular 6 go for, and how much value did having Wayne sign the card add to this card? So a non-autoed PSA 6, Phil, typically sells between 2,500 and 3,500 US. So the answer to that question is a lot.
What platform did this sell on?
It was at Heritage. I think all these were on Heritage.
Okay.
This week. Now, it's the highest selling PSA 6 graded card with an auto to date. The previous high was 16,800 US for another copy with the auto graded 10. But if you go back just a year ago, though, I think there's been 19 total sales ever of a PSA 6 that's autoed. And this has been like a $10,000 card all day long. I don't know exactly why. Maybe that the buyer felt like that it was undergraded at a 6, that the eye appeal is a lot higher.
Yeah. I've been thinking that while you've been talking. I thought that should be a nicer one.
It's a little bit off-centered, but it does look like a really nice copy. And for an in-person auto, it is pretty nice. I'm like you, though. I don't prefer these.
I strongly disagree. That auto makes me very nervous. I'm not saying Wayne didn't sign it, but that does not. There's elements of that autograph that are Wayne-like. Not enough for me to even spend. I wouldn't buy that card for $500. I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't buy that. I'm sorry. Listen, I would not buy that card for $100. I just wouldn't. I my honest word, man. I raw PSA slabbed. I just. It really this is where I'm going to give constructive feedback. This is where you should have a PSA grader, a vintage grader, as a rock star, and he should have made a video when he graded this explaining why this is an authentic Wayne Gretzky auto. The secrecy is driving me mad, and I have no respect for it.
It is a newer grade, though. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's my whole point. That's my whole point. Is we know they're tougher on grading right now. I'd like to know how PSA DNA certifies these authentic. Listen, man, someone just dropped 22 large on this. I think a 60-second video clip to the buyer would have been nice, or
at least they're guaranteeing it, though. I mean, that's the one.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
If I was going to buy this card for any amount of money, and I would never not buy it if I just use like so many double negatives, but I would only buy it in a PSA slab.
As would I would, because they insure it. Listen, that's not what I would like an explanation. It would make our hobby stronger, better, more copacetic, like it would just, nothing bad would come from education. I really don't. And I'm sorry. I hope the buyer's happy, but This card's just flagged all over the place for me. I'm not saying Wayne didn't sign it. Let's just say 100% he did. He could have signed that way nicer, way nicer.
The other issue that I would have spending $22,000 on a card like this is you don't know how many more. There's lots and lots of Wayne Gretzky rookie cards, and what's preventing him from signing more down the road.
Yeah.
So where maybe this is one of the finest graded auto copies, but what if he goes to a private signing and sells or signs 500 more copies? And
Yeah.
how does that affect? So I would want almost some sort of like guarantee or commitment from Wayne that he won't sign his rookie card anymore. And maybe he's done that. We just don't know. But
what if Janet lays a big football bet and they need to sell some more cards to get out of the hole? You never know. Crazier things have happened.
Okay, moving on to number 2 this week.
Like that happened before or anything. Huh?
Well, we're still stuck in 1979. Yeah.
Yeah.
This 1979 Topps Wayne Gretzky PSA 9 sold for $37,800 US, again by Heritage. It's just the 9th sale of a Gretzky Topps rookie PSA 9 in the past 2 years. So they don't move very often. I think it's actually, even though the O-Pee-Chee has a little bit lower pop count, it sells more often. So the pop count for a Topps PSA 9 is 128 versus 95 for O-Pee-Chee. The Topps is quite a bargain, though, compared to its O-Pee-Chee cousin, where this one sold for almost 38,000.
Great card. Great.
The O-Pee-Chee, is about 100,000.
Tops 8s, good listener. Listen, top 7s and 8s are your entrance point. They really are. I bought one of the night. I have a top 7. I will never need another Tops. I'm so happy with it. To me, it looks exactly like the one on the screen. Little more off center. Corners are sharp. It's very rare you see a top 7, 8, 9, 7, 8. Sorry, that's not just pretty 90% perfect. It's Tops Gretzky's are amazing, and they're different than the O-Pee-Chee. I love them both equally for a variety of very different reasons. But if you're looking for an entry point for a Wayne Gretzky rookie card, I'm telling you, top 7. If you got a little bit of bread more, a little bit more bread, tops 8. Woo! Very nice cards. Even now saying that, look at some raws. There's lots of nice Tops raw, but savvy people like myself would get them graded.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I struggle with the 9 graded one, and it's mainly because of the premium you have to pay versus the pop count. And I understand that the Wayne Gretzky hobby market is different, that he is by far the most popular player. And maybe in the grand scheme of things, 128 isn't a lot. But when you add in the 95 from O-Pee-Chee, now you're over 220 of 9 graded rookies if you sort of want to combine them both together. And that's a lot of $40,000 is a lot of money for a card that is common enough to be sold a lot, right? And so I kind of in your camp where I think I would try to find a really nice 7 or a good 8. And but then I don't know, maybe the same logic applies because the pop counts go way up the more you go down.
It was a consistent listen. Tops, the American company Tops made a very much more consistent Wayne Gretzky rookie card. 79-80 top set. They just did. The colors are consistent. It's just a better manufactured.
It doesn't have the character that the O-Pee-Chee does, though.
So the O-Pee-Chee has it's romantic. It's got charm. That's what I'm looking for. Charm, like an old town that's dusty. It's got charm.
Like me.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Have we talked enough about the Wayne Gretzky rookie?
Oh my goodness. Let's move on. You better give me Bedard. Better be Bedard. Better get Bedard in here.
Here's the thing. Maybe for the first time ever, the entire top 5 countdown is vintage this week, but thankfully coming at number 1 is not a Wayne Gretzky rookie.
If it's an OB Future Watch, okay.
No, it's another complete set.
Oh, okay.
So this one is a complete set from 1969 O-Pee-Chee. It's a all PSA graded master set that sold for $51,850 US, again by Heritage. This particular set is ranked number 5 on the PSA set registry. So it contains 233 cards, again, all graded by PSA. 27 of the 233, or a little over 10%, are PSA 10s, and 154 are PSA 9s. So the majority of the cards are PSA 10 or PSA 9. So there's going to be lots of very nice cards for sure. And it's kind of funny. The other thing that's very interesting about this, and you look at the picture here. So there's that checklist there. That's actually one of the most sought after and valuable cards in the set, especially in good condition with a high grade, because the checklist back in the day, you wrote on them. It was a throwaway card, right? And nobody, who would have thought some kid in 1969 to keep your probably a weird kid who tucked in his shirt too much, right?
Was that you?
Maybe.
Yeah. What's how many cards in the set again?
233. So the key rookies are Tony Esposito and Serge Savard. There are a slew of Hall of Famers. There's Gordie Howe cards in the set, Bobby Orr, and other stars of the time. But we've done this almost coming on a year or 9 months, and we've never had complete hockey sets until the last 2 weeks.
So what's that, like $200 a card or something? 210?
Yeah, something like that.
If you look at it that way,
probably
like 215. I don't know, but I think that's great. Look how bright the All-Star cards are. Yeah. That's what I like in my vintage. The eye appeal means everything. I'll take a couple of rubbed corners for good pop and color. You know?
Yeah.
No, is that wrong?
Yeah.
Should I have not said that?
Yeah. I don't know. Are the hobby police here? Are they going to arrest you?
I don't know. Phil, what did you say? I like it.
We kind of talked about last week. It comes down to is the value and build something like this, the journey of building it, or the acquiring the. And again, I think that's why people sell them, because it's fun and amazing, and then you kind of reach the mountaintop or you cross the finish line, and then it's like, nah.
How do you display this? I'm all about now. I want people to look at my cards.
I think it's the display is the ranking on the PSA set registry.
Yes, I forgot.
So maybe somebody would buy this and say, well, I'm going to try to, it's number 5 right now. Maybe I'll buy this complete set and try to get it to number 2 or number 1.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
By upgrading certain cards in the set.
If I was born 20 years earlier, I would be one of them. Mm-hmm. That's where my worth would be. My rank on the, I just know it. I know it. I'd probably be all over that. As Ryan Moss would say, Phil wants to corner the market with his Brady Kachuk acetate young guns.
Boy, he really got under your skin there, dude.
He did, because I explained myself well, and he was like, yeah, I don't believe you. I know you didn't say that, Ryan. Don't worry, I love you.
All right. Well,
all right.
We rambled on too long.
Yeah.
But maybe there'll be a modern card next week. Who knows?
I hope so.
The return of Bedard. We'll see. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Smash that like button.
Yeah.
Does it really make a difference if they smash the like? Like, does it matter for the algorithm?
You probably break your keyboard, but I don't know.
No, not that. You're okay.
Right. Bye.